Erin Hill with Erin Hill Stock. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to use Canva to overlay text on images, and by using the canned text combinations that Canva already provides, how you can use those and actually modify it to to have your own text. Last time I showed you how you could just use the pre-made text combinations to put over your images, but I didn't go over in detail how to actually customize that for your own wording. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I'm starting here at my Etsy page. This is my stock photography store. If you go to etsy.com and type in AharonHillstock, then it will bring you to my little storefront here. This fitness bundle is one that I have just launched as of, I believe, yesterday. And I think it's really appropriate right now because I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm posting this during the Corona quarantine. I'm here in the US, and we've been home for, oh goodness, 2.5 weeks now, I think. Maybe 3, and it looks like it's going to be at least another month. So home fitness is a thing right now. I have friends who are health coaches. I have friends who, sell protein shakes and those kinds of things. I kind of had that in mind when I created this fitness bundle. So I'm going to show you today how to overlay the pre-made text combinations and modify it for your own purposes. So let's go over to Canva. And again, you can choose any of these sizes or formats for your promo. I personally like the card size, so we're going to start with that. All right, if you haven't watched my previous video, I'm going to go over some of the same things we talked about there, and I'm going to go slowly just so you can catch it all. The first thing you want to do is come over to this left-hand vertical toolbar and click on Uploads. This is where you will click right here if you want to upload photos from your own computer or your own hard drive. I've already done that, so we're going to choose this image. And you see how when you click on it, it just pops up right over your canvas. But in this case, it's not covering, my picture is not covering the whole canvas. So I'm just going to drag the corners up and down, and now it's fully covered. And you can still tweak that a little bit if you want, but we're going to stick with this for now. And then the next thing you want to do is come back over to this vertical toolbar and click on Text. So you see that Canva has provided a bunch of pre-made text for you. Some of them actually might be applicable, but a lot of times, probably most of the time, you're going to need to modify that text to make it applicable to what you're trying to promote and what you're trying to do with your business. So I kind of like the way this one looks, so I'm just going to click on that. But I don't want to do a wild sell right now. What I was kind of thinking about during the quarantine, I've seen a lot of people doing home fitness. And so I thought a fun attention grabber might be something along the lines of quarantine fitness. And let's say with, how about Julia? All right, so I'm going to play with these sizes a little bit. It doesn't really bother me to have this stuff, the text overlaying the stuff in the background, but since we have plenty of blank space up here, I think I'm just going to kind of push it up so that we have mostly white in the background. So I'm just going to kind of play with this a little bit. I want this wording to be a little bigger, so let's do that. All right, I think I'm almost where I want to be here. Yeah, great. Okay, great. And I love how when you're moving text around, this little magenta line appears through the middle, so you know when you've landed your text right in the middle. So I'm just going to keep it right there. I'm happy with this. I feel like this would look great on social media. If you have any details about the quarantine fitness plan you're offering, you can always put that in your text, the text of your post. And then this could just be your very simple image that you add to go with your post. However, if you do want to add more text, you can go up here and add more text. I'll be going over how to add your own text in more detail in the next video I offer. But let's go ahead and move on for now. There's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. So this image is, like I said, it has some blank space here at the top. That makes it perfect for overlaying text without having too much busyness in the background. But let's say you have an image that does have a lot of busyness in the background. What do you do then? All right, so I'm going to click on the actual background image and I'm going to delete that. So now we're only left with our text. I'm going to go back over to Uploads and we're going to put that in the background. Oh, and oops, by the way, when you're finished with your image, if you want to download it, like if you want to download the one that we just went over, you go up here and download to your downloads folder. I will show you how to do that after we're finished with this last demonstration. Okay, so now we have clicked on this image and it's plopped down right in the middle. And we're just going to drag the corners one more time. All right, and so you can see that if you have the text on top, it really just, it just gets lost with all the craziness in the background. But the background is awesome and it says exactly what you want it to say. So what now, right? So what you do in this circumstance, and I went over this in my last video, but I think it definitely is worth going over again. You can actually go over to your elements, and luckily we have a few free shapes available. And this time I'm going to use the square rectangle shape. So you click on it, it plops down over here, and it's this big gray square that doesn't really look very useful. So what we're going to do, first of all, is change the color of the square to white. You can change it to whatever you want. You can change it to pink, you can change it to purple, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to change it to white. And then I'm going to change the opacity. That just means how much you can see through it. And so you change the opacity up here. And then you just, I'm going to drag the corners off to the side. You don't have to do that. That's just kind of a look that I like. I might even change the size of this a little bit. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I like how that looks. Sometimes when you start adding different elements over your photo, things will kind of get lost. If that makes sense, like one layer will be on top of another layer and you don't want it to be. So let's say that we wanted this layer, the shape layer, to be on top of the quarantine fitness text. So I have clicked on that box and then I'm coming over to position and I'm going to do forward. But obviously that's not what we want, because then the box is sort of messing up our ability to see clearly the text. So we're going to then click on this position box again and click backward, and that will allow us to see the text more clearly. So you can do that with any of these elements at any time. If anything is on top that's not supposed to be, you can kind of fix it right there in the position drop down. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I think this would be a great attention grabber for someone who is wanting to do a fitness class during the quarantine. So now I'm going to show you how to download your final product. I'm going to come right here, and instead of going ahead and downloading, I'm actually going to change this to JPEG, because I think I'm not even sure if you can post PDFs on Facebook. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say either way, but I know for sure you can post a JPEG. So we're going to download it right here, And voila, you have customized Canva's pre-made text combinations for your purposes. All right, don't forget to check out my store. New bundles are being released each week, and I will see you back here on my YouTube channel. All right, take care.